Simon get down to Florida all right?
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Probably took him
Gotta
a
try it.
while.
Took him a while.
Well, you know how Wayne drives.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you the right answers to the history hunt.
Oh, now?
Well, remember, this is the tail twister, so give you the right answers.
I don't know if one of these guys has Malcolm X.
Okay, besides Malcolm X, let's go. Let's start with number one. Who is that?
Is that Mason? No?
Nope. It's Charles Noble. Charles Noble. He was the guy from New York that sent a couple guys over here to settle this part in Mason. So he's responsible for Mason being here. And he was looking at a place on a map that could serve as the state capital, and that's what he was trying to do. Of course, we only had a creek. Those guys up north have a river, so we got beat out. Number two.
Chief Okemos.
That's Chief Okemos, yep. Number three.
It looks like Eleanor Roosevelt, but I know it's not.
No, it's a Mason person. That's Dr. Gertie. Dr. Gertrude O'Sullivan. Okay, you'll see some information in the museum about her. She was one of the few women doctors in the area when she was involved. Believe it or not, Malcolm X was a chauffeur for a while. Believe it or not. Number four.
It's not Gene R. Anderson.
What's that?
Gene R. Anderson?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's Gene R. Anderson. Number four is Gene R. Anderson. The VFW post is named for him. He's a certified World War II war hero. He let when his plane was badly damaged, he let everybody in the plane besides himself jump out, and he guided the plane away from a residential area and then crashed and unfortunately he perished. But that's who our VFW is named after. Number five is
Malcolm Little.
Malcolm Little, as we knew him here. Malcolm X later on. Number six,
That's Stephen Mason.
Stevens T. Mason. Stevens T. Mason. His first name actually was Stevens with an S on the end of it, because it was a family name. And so his middle name was Thomas, so everybody called him Tom. I got a whole program on him if you want, but later. Number seven,
Lee Tallboys.
that's Lee Tallboys. That's right.
I thought it was Ken.
So I'm going to pass this around in case you want to do your tail twister donation. Unfortunately, the only thing I can grab is the donation jar for the pink school restoration. So whatever you can put there is fine.
Take some change, pick that up later once they collect stuff.
Okay, turn it back over to you, Cindy.
Well, thank you, Glenn. Glenn's not here tonight because it turned out he has a meeting with his MEIs online. So he's fighting with his Zoom calls right now. We have a secretary's report.
The secretary's report is on the back of the agenda. Anybody see any additions or corrections they want me to make? Like a fool, I didn't hit record that on the Zoom call, so I did it by memory, my notes.
Seeing none, do we have a motion to accept the minutes?
I move to accept the minutes as written.
Second? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Treasurer's report.
There's one other thing on the secretary's report I just wanted to mention to you. This came in the mail last week, and it should have been here in October. It's the Lions All-State Band. They're asking for money. I don't know if we've ever done anything like that before in the past, but they did ask.
It's usually, well, we usually do as one of our donations.
Okay, so I guess we should have a motion then, probably. I don't know how much.
Table it until,
You wanna table it until we find out?
Yeah, it's in our budget.
Okay.
We already passed.
We've got a budget amount.
Yeah.
We already
Yes.
passed? Okay, why don't I give you the letter, because it says where to
I've
send
got
it.
a copy of the letter, I got the whole thing.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you got it late too.
Yeah, same time yours showed up, I'm sure.
Good, thank you very much. That's it.
Okay. Treasurer's report?
We have money, you want details?
yes,
I do.
I'll give you this.
Okay.
Mine, administration, $9,064.78. Gaming, $1,757.77. And donations account is $5,824.56.
Has not changed in a week, couple weeks.
Yep, and our international dues are paid, and I've got the check ready to send out for district dues, so we're clean there. As of yesterday, our international, we owe zero to international.
I think that we should feel pretty good that during the last 2 years, when it was really difficult to raise money for the club, that we have come out of the last 2 years in pretty good shape. So I think that we all should feel pretty good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a motion to accept the treasury report?
so moved.
Seconded?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Leo's report. I think Doug went to the last
I
Leo's
went,
meeting.
I don't know, did they have one last Friday?
They were supposed to.
Well, I didn't
Oh,
go.
Karen went. Did they
Did
have?
Karen go?
No?
I was out of town, so I wasn't.
No,
Well,
I
nobody went?
I don't think anybody went.
Okay. Well, the Leos are now working on our eyeglass collection project, and they have one of the large collection boxes now in the office. And they've got, no, the large one is by the band door, and the small one in the office. So they've actually got 2 boxes over there. They had an existing box, they took it over to St. James Church. So I'll tell you more when we get to the talking about the eyeglass thing, but that's pretty much what the Leos were involved with.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going this Friday, and then Karen and I have you down for the 4th of February. We need someone for the 11th of February, and on the 18th I'm going, and the 25th Doug is. So
Yep.
is there anyone who would go February 11th?
I'll say I'll do it unless you hear from me. I can't remember.
Okay. All right. Yes.
We need to thank someone for the ad that's on the television sets about the eye collection.
Oh, okay.
We're getting to that. We're getting to that.
I'm guessing probably it's Doug Klein,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
but.
Are we gonna talk about that
Yep.
later on?
Well, that's under old business, the first item.
Okay.
Okay.
So hold your thoughts.
Okay.
Anything else on Leo's? Then we'll move on to the old business. You have something with the eyeglass collection, and thank you, Ken, for saying something.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. This afternoon, I got 3 phone calls from reporters wanting to do a story on the television about this. Unfortunately, all 3 reporters were from the same station. So I'm doing one interview with one of them over at the library, another one on Zoom, and another one I haven't arranged yet. But nonetheless, the WILX Channel 10, by the way, is the one that bid on it first. I'm sure I'll hear from some of the others too. The press release went out last night, I think it was, and we got that kind of response already. So I think we're going to see it on the web pages and everything like Ken did. The kids have been putting the posters up over at the middle school as well. We do have some posters that we gave to people who have boxes, so they should be out as well. We actually have put boxes now at 6 more locations than we had before, and the handout that you have back there tells where they're at, except I left the museum off, or the library off. So the library does have a box over there. And let's see, what other typo? I shouldn't call it technically like typo, should I?
Doug, for people that are on Zoom, can you say where the boxes are? Do we have anybody on Zoom?
Does this
You mean-
meeting have anybody on Zoom? Is anybody Zooming?
Oh, nobody's zooming this meeting, no.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
nobody's zooming the meeting. Most clubs have kind of given up on that, to tell you the truth. I kind of feel like, okay, that's fine. But we do have new places besides the ones we had. So St. James, that I already mentioned, Mason Middle School, of course, City Hall, Mason First United Methodist Church, Modern Woodman, they've been collecting glasses anyway, and the Mason Library. So they all now have collection boxes as well. We're going to, I believe, be counting glasses at our next meeting in February. That's what I have down anyway. And the Leos will also count their glasses a little later in the month, and then we'll keep an eye on it. I went and got my eyes examined about a week and a half ago, and Dr. Lindsley loaded my trunk up with glasses. So we're getting a lot of them, and of course there's a whole bunch over in Lynn and Cindy's garage. So we got a bunch to count, but it looks like we could probably, with the stockpile we got and with the information going out, we should probably blow the other clubs out of the water. My guess, we should be able to do that. Dr. Lindsley, of course, after my eye exam, called me later that day when he said he had to go to do some work over at the Jackson prison. They gave him a COVID test when he got in there, and he said he had COVID positive. And I said, well, thank you. Okay, I was at physical therapy when he called, so I packed my stuff up for physical therapy, and so I've been laying low for a while. I tested Monday, and I have a couple at-home tests. Tested Monday, negative, so I'm okay. But I have to wait to see him again until Friday. I've got something else I have to do with Dr. Lindsley. But that's kind of where we're at.
Okay.
So we're moving right along. Anybody got any questions? Okay, that's about it on that.
Okay, and then our next thing is the Strides for Diabetes, May 14th. Got anything new, Rich?
I'd like to request a budget for that.
Okay.
One of the things I'm looking at is, rather than using the single-use water bottles, the Lions have got Strides for Diabetes water bottles. That are basically $2 a piece, $1.95. And I'd like to get 100 of those, so that's $200 there. And then we want some budget for perhaps to cover some literature that we're gonna need to put out, some other stuff. So I'd like to request a budget of $500 from, and I'd like to take it from the administrative fund.
Questions, comments?
So that's a motion.
Oh, we need a
coming from the
motion
guy
first?
From this group.
I'll second it.
A motion up to one.
Yeah, up to
$500.
500.
Yeah, if it goes more than that, we'll have to come back to the club.
Right.
Okay. So we have a second? Doug?
Second it.
Now do we have questions? Do I have it out of order?
Heather Galpel and Rich and I are going to be working on putting stuff together. She already knows it, so she's already looking at things. So
Anything, does anybody else have any questions? There is anticipation that you all will be there on May 14th to help out.
I will bring some of that swag, including that water bottle. I bought a sample one for us to take a look at. So
Yeah.
I'll bring it next time.
I'm gonna put the order in quickly once it's approved,
Then we'll probably have it by the time we.
just to make sure we actually get it.
Oh yeah.
Can you kind of give us a little synopsis of what you're thinking of doing so that for folks who haven't been to a meeting,
Well,
we talked about?
The basics are, we're gonna set up, do we wanna have the vote, or do we want the synopsis first?
Oh, we should have the vote. All those in favor in giving $500 to Rich, up to $500 for this Strides for Diabetes event on Saturday, May 14th, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, now let's have the synopsis.
So the basic idea, if anybody knows where it's at, there's a relatively new trailhead for the Hayhoe Trail that's just off the Howe Road. It's actually, if you look at Google Maps, it's the Dark Foundation trailhead. So the Darts got pinged for that to put up a bunch of the money there. There's parking there, there's some trail information there. What my intentions are is to have that as the start. And we'll set up a tent there, possibly some others, we have some other groups in. And we'll get people started for a walk. The walk will go down along the trail that goes along Howe Road and then makes a turn and follows the creek. Where it turns and crosses the creek into the cemetery is where we're gonna have our turnaround. So we're gonna set up another tent there, tables. I think we'll have water at both places, water for people in both places. So that's the basics.
And the reason we're doing this is,
Diabetes, exercise is good for diabetes. We'll have some information on exercise, some information on healthy eating is the basics that we'll have. But to add a little bit of interest, and I kind of often, I'd like to see if we can get the Leos involved in this. And one of the things I'd like to have the Leos involved in doing, it's very often when you're coming across the bridge that goes over Sycamore Creek, there's very often a lot of turtles out sunning on the logs there. And what I'd like to do, especially if we get families with kids out, is to get a count. I don't think it's gonna be, you know, a count. How many turtles did you count? I think the last time Ruth and I were by there in the spring, we were somewhere like 30 plus. So, I think that might be a fun thing, especially if we get some families out and that gives the kids something to look at and be interested in.
okay.
Not really a contest, and this is not meant to be a fundraiser, but we can certainly have mints for sales and maybe some donations so that if, it's not far off of White Canes, we could probably have White Cane
Yeah, you can do that still.
set up there so that we can collect some money if people choose to, but it's not focused on donation.
It's education. Jenny's got a question.
How long is the walk?
It's, overall, it's right about 2 miles, but I've gotta get over there and actually get a track on it. And I was gonna go over the other day and I wasn't in the mood for walking in the snow, so, and I checked my GPS track, and I don't have a good GPS track that covers the whole thing. There's All Trails has got something on it, but it again doesn't cover what we're gonna do, so I need to get a good GPS track on what we're gonna do. But it's roughly 1 3/4 to 2 miles.
Okay.
Do we have people sign up?
Pardon?
Do we have people sign up?
You mean to walk it? I think that's up to them to decide how they're doing it. I don't know if
I don't
they're
think
that
it's
far yet.
a contest or anything, so.
No, it's not a contest, and we wanna get people out. We can have, I don't think we wanna get people to sign up.
Okay, that's
The only thing that could get us is if all of a sudden we're successful beyond our wildest dreams, we'll run out of water bottles and literature.
Yeah, on Facebook, they can click going, but that's about the best I think
Yep.
that we're talking about. The other thing I wanted to see what the group thought about possibly bringing in some other partners, some of the healthcare people in the area, like Sparrow and McLaren. They may be able to bring some people out. I know Heather was talking about having the people from McLaren come.
Yeah.
So those people could set up along the route, is what I was thinking. So it'd be kind of like from one stop to the next stop kind of idea.
Yep.
So we'll see if we can develop that, get some
Yep.
partners.
Melinda?
So on my calendar, am I putting from 8 o'clock to, or 9 o'clock to, or do we have any of those parameters yet?
I think it's about 1 in the afternoon to 4 in the afternoon. is
Yeah, I
what we're
think so.
looking at.
Okay, thank you.
I'll send, after this meeting, I'll expand to the club. I created a event in my line for this, but I initially just included Doug and Cindy and Heather at the start, but then when I get home or tomorrow, I'll essentially invite the whole club so that everybody that gets that stuff we'll get that information and be able to get to it. And we'll do, it gets us in the Lions system. I can reach out to some of the other clubs through that with an invitation to them as well,
Okay.
once we get a little bit more structure on that.
And have you heard from the city at all, or you have any?
I haven't gone to the city yet.
Okay.
I thought I might have been able to talk to him last week, but I didn't have an opportunity.
Yeah,
Okay, because I think they have to approve it.
it's up
Yeah,
through
they need to know about it.
Tuesday of this week, I was other focused putting together an hour-long movie presentation for Quiet Adventures.
That's fine.
And that took way more than I wanted.
Anything else? Any other questions? Okay.
Cut up water, yeah, okay. I've got to get a hold of Heather on a Zoom meeting to get more details, and maybe we'll do a
Yeah,
three-way.
we'll get that up.
And I would remind people that the Saturday before is Spring Fling.
Yep.
So keep that Saturday open too, because we're having a booth at Spring Fling. Moving on to making the vision a healthy priority presentation. Any updates on that?
I've had a hell of a week too, Rich. So, Karen, I apologize I haven't gotten back to you, but this is a canned program, I would say, wouldn't you? A canned program that's available for us to do for community groups. And so it's just a matter of us getting comfortable doing it. So guess who our guinea pigs are gonna be? That's right, a month from now, we're gonna do it right here for our group. Well, not right here, but hopefully over at Extra. So you get an idea of what we're talking about. If you want to do a little search on making vision a health priority online, you can find the guide that we're using, which tells how to put it on. There's a speaker's guide and that kind of thing. So we have an eyeball model that we can bring with us as well, so that it'll help people visualize what we're talking about, and it comes with a PowerPoint presentation. But hopefully we'll be able to get back to that here. I was busy trying to get some stuff done for the forum, which kind of didn't work out anyway, but that's what I was busy doing instead.
Which allows us to move into, we have our February, well, the next meeting, we're gonna collect or count eyeglasses.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the 26th, we'll have the Carrie and Doug show. And then the first,
Is it the 26th or is it another date? That Friday, or that Wednesday?
I don't
I
know,
can't
I have
remember.
to look. If it's wrong, we'll check out, we can check, whatever that meeting is, the last meeting of the month.
Yeah.
Or the fourth meeting. Fourth week, I got
I
it.
think it would be the 23rd or something.
And then we have somebody from the LCC Aviation. The Michigan Lions Forum. Karen, you wanna talk about that?
Not really.
Poor
Well,
Karen, she's the
Yeah,
chair of the
we're-
damn thing.
It's canceled.
It's canceled, right?
Well, no, the forum itself is not canceled, but what happened was that the hotel lost their franchise, and I don't know how that ties in with the fact that they fired their sales managers. Their sales managers also function as event managers, and so with no event managers, they can't have events. And so a whole bunch of organizations, including ours, are scrambling for different venues. We decided, well, Wendy's got to find another place anyway for the Council of Governors meeting, but trying to find something that would also hold something as big as our forum normally is, just isn't going to work out. So we're going to go like we did last year, have a Zoom version.
Okay.
I did that last year on Zoom, and it was a pretty good program, I thought, so. But they don't need as many speakers, so I guess I'll be bowing out for this one.
Well, not
Maybe.
necessarily.
Okay, all
What
right.
we're doing at this point is getting input from other members of the committee to see, out of the 16 sessions that we can plan to put on, which 4 do they want us to have? We will still have a keynote speaker, which is going to be Sandy Pearson, who heads up the Habitat for Humanity for the state of Michigan. So we're scrambling and pulling our hair out, but we're going to make it happen.
Yeah, it's the changing times. Okay, I'm gonna back up a minute. The February 26th meeting is the 23rd.
Third, yeah.
That's the correct date.
Yep.
And also, I wanted to mention that in March, Melinda, on the 23rd of March, we would like to go to the food bank.
Okay,
We could.
25th of March. I will get that set up and let you know.
All right. So, I just want to ask, is there any, who here does not read email? Terry doesn't, Ken, Jim, do you get email?
Yeah.
Okay. Because the reason we called people was that, I knew Ken came last time to Bestsellers, which I'm sorry, and we were on Zoom, so it was really great, I hope people did call.
We have a call list, and I know that some people called, so
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go on to new business. Kid site project. Any update on that? Nothing? Okay. The Lions of Michigan Foundation soup tickets, if you haven't bought any, Doug has them.
Yeah, just take a packet and sell them. Like I said, I know your address, I can send you some, okay?
Or take a package and buy them.
They could do that too. I have them packaged in 5s and 10s, so either one.
And it's $50 and $100, is
Yeah.
that what
Mhm.
it is? Okay. And then, under new business, I'd like to add something. I think you all are aware that Carol Hawkins passed away. And last time we were on the Zoom, I didn't mention, I didn't ask if we would like to do a donation from our club. There has not been an obituary that I've seen, so we don't really know for sure which donation she would like.
There was an obituary, you had to go online to get
Okay.
What was there?
it. And I have it at home, but I don't know.
But I don't remember that it said any affiliation with anything.
Oh, because I kept looking and I never found it. Yes,
It specified that if you want to make a donation, that it would be to the VFW Children's Home.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I did
okay.
see that.
I did wonder about that because she lived there.
Oh, yeah.
So I am wondering your thoughts on this.
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we give them something in her name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how much we would do. Maybe somebody come up with an idea, but she lived there, I think maybe that would be a really good idea.
Thoughts?
$100.
That's what I was thinking.
Second?
So we have a motion to give a donation in the name of Carol Hawkins to the VFW. Do I have a second? Oh, we have a second with Doug. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay.
I think I heard that they may have a service, a memorial service or something in the summertime.
In August.
Yeah, it's gonna be at the time.
If you do have the obituary, would you send it? I'd like to see it. So.
Okay.
You gotta look for it.
Yeah, a link or something, I'd like to just,
Pardon me?
It's under Skinner.
It was under Skinner? Must be, it came after I,
Yeah, because I kept looking too at Skinner and I. Just a couple days. Well,
yeah.
Where did they find it?
Skinner Funeral Home.
I think it was Skinner.
Okay, any other announcements or reminders?
Stan sent around the sign-up sheet for the next Texas Hold'em. And so far, we haven't gotten any paperwork that says we have to change anything again.
As I looked at it, we do have a lot of gaps which we'll need to fill in, so sign up, maybe more than once. Any other reminders or announcements? I would mention that the Sheriff's Department sent us a thank you note for the Shop with a Hero committee, we gave a donation, a $100 donation to the Shop with a Hero donation. And they were happy that we did it. They provided a holiday food basket and a $100 gift card to 68 local children. Which is different than what they've done before, so it must be they changed the way to do it. Anything else? Okay, 50-50 draw.
50-50, Mr. 50-50. I've got the Jokers. We got a rookie on the 50-50
Just a minute,
tonight.
Jeff.
Here's the money under the bank.
We can do the Joker draw.
Okay, Joker draw
These
first.
guys need to go in, Jeff.
And the Joker is worth
Paid, but I didn't put them in.
298.
How many? What do you get, what's your guess?
200 and something.
It's over 200.
275.
No,
No,
higher,
298.
higher,
300.
no, lower.
Okay, please draw a line.
It's close
Why
enough.
don't you just draw a ticket?
Close enough.
291.50.
Okay.
Gary? Would you be so kind? And the lucky number is 355.
Oh, shoot, that's me.
Oh, shoot.
Yep, that's me.
Are you sure? Well, do you want to double check, because I don't
Yes,
trust her?
would you double?
I think it's what you said, yep.
I guess something to get too off.
And the deck is getting ready to roll.
Good luck.
Scott and I got a bet going on this. What's your number, Scott?
I don't know. Oh, I think I'm closer. She bought her ticket after I did.
What's 320? What was mine, 349?
354 to get out.
349.
Shuffle those suckers up.
Give me a dollar.
What did I just say? 354.
I can't read that.
Well, I get it.
What are you guys fighting about?
A dollar.
There's a dollar involved here. Wow.
Family, you know.
Must be my own.
It's called a side bet.
Yeah, I know.
I guess that one. So, well,
And the winner is?
5 of hearts. And the pot continues. Oh, it was the first one.
Oh. Okay, then we're on to the 50-50 draw.
If you would. As long as you both mind on that. Yep, mine.
I gotta check it out.
Last 5 digits. 551.
Ooh, that's me.
Sure, he comes once in a while and he wins.
Oh, wait a minute.
I know.
Wait a minute.
It's been 5 years since I won.
Supposed to be my
I
ticket.
used to win all the time.
You won $6, sir.
All right. No, I don't win.
Actually, you won $4. You won $11.
Oh. Yeah.
And I'll take that other one.
I think I'll be giving it to the.
I mean, I can't keep it.
No,
I think I'll be giving it to the Indians tomorrow.
You're gonna go for the Indians tomorrow?
Yeah, going down the fire.
So you're checking with with Jamie to see if we can go back down to the,
Yeah,
Best sellers?
apparently it looks good.
yeah, as I was leaving,
Looks good.
Jamie, actually, Scott hollered after me and said that they're fully expecting us, barring changes,
okay.
back next meeting.
Yeah.
So I would say Ken and Terry, since you don't read email, call Doug or myself or Stan, so that you know where we're going. How does that sound?
Well, I'll just start over there.
Well, that's fine. I just don't want,
But we have a call list,
I
so
know.
you could expect a call from somebody too.
Yeah,
Okay.
but just in case, if you don't get a call or something, do check, so that,
Where are you gonna be?
Well,
we're gonna be at book bestsellers next
Back
week.
at
I think I'm on
Next
vacation
time.
that week, too.
you probably tell your
2
sister,
weeks.
I'll let you know.
I move we adjourn.
All those in favor? I second, I need a second.
Jeff.
Jeff, okay? All those in favor, we're adjourning.
Aye. Yep.
Before you leave the auditorium, I just wanted to give you a short introduction to the museum. So, those of you who've been here before, I won't take but a minute. This particular museum was put together by the nonprofit organization Masonry and Historical Society. And on the back there, you can see when they had their ribbon cuttings for the various dates. So they've been in here now for 25 years, I think.
What did it used to be?
Used to be the Christian Science Church. Yep. The first museum for the society was the Pink School. That was delivered back in 1976. So it's been 45 years roughly since that was relocated to what they call Bicentennial Park, which is behind the old Cedar Street School, or the Harvey Center as it's called now. So the two buildings are both owned by the Historical Society. And it's a complete volunteer organization, no staff, no nothing, okay, pretty shoestring. We got a grant from Dart Foundation to put these new windows in, and now we're looking to try to get the Pink School renovated. It needs a little bit of extensive renovation. But there's a rumor going around town that we're going to be tearing down the Pink School. That's just a rumor. There's nothing true about that at all, because that's on the county register of historic places, so we're not going to be tearing it down. But it does need some work. And so let people know that if you're looking for a worthwhile cause during the next year, that's a good one to go with. We're going to open up the school on March 5th. Will be the first time it'll be open for people to come through, and I understand that some organizations are already planning on giving us some gifts on that date, I've heard, which is really nice. The museum actually is kind of stretched out, but most of the exhibits are down the hallway in the middle here, and you can go right to the end. There's a military room, there's a room for industrial where we have a lot of stuff from Wyeth and Dart, and then we have what we call our pioneer room, which is the one over there that has all sorts of different stuff in it, lots of stuff. Do want to have you take a look at the what we call the welcome room, which is on this side of the building before you leave, because we have a new display over there. We got a new display out in the lobby of people who are important in the history of this organization that owns this. And we just last year put up the information on some of the notable citizens. So we've got new stuff all the time. Tell your friends and neighbors. Right now we're only open on Saturdays from 1 to 3, but we hope in the spring to be open again on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. So just want to let you know that. Anybody got any questions before we start? Okay, Marie's out there somewhere, willing to answer your questions. There she is, I see her. Thanks, Marie. So please go down the hallway and see what's down there. Thanks.
And make sure you take everything with you that's in here. We have the money for the tail twister.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, nice job.
Thank you. Yes.
I wanted to let you know,
Uh-huh.
Narendorf's has a box and has for years.
You told me.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
So I'm letting you know.
Okay. I don't probably will be doing a wind-up thing with Lions newsletter and stuff. So I'll put it on the list. So.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.